This review has been made possible by Toyota of Naperville. As you know, Toyota has tons of brand new Toyotas available for purchase. But did you know that they also have a remarkable selection of used cars? Head on over to toyotaofnaperville.com and look through hundreds of used cars for sale right now.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 2006 Scion XB. Up front is a 1.5 liter inline 4 and down below is a 4-speed automatic transmission. Guys, I am so excited to be driving the XB today for a couple of different reasons. First of all, when I was growing up, this was kind of the first car I really realized that you could really truly modify and make your own that wasn't already a cool car, quote unquote. I remember the Scion exhibits back in the day at the Chicago Auto Show were wild. They had sinks in these things and 800 speakers and neon lights and huge wheels, and it was so exciting. It was really Need for Speed Underground 2 come to life, and I actually got to see that in person, which was so cool. The other reason is the fact that this car is so iconic. It really truly is. The toaster, I mean, it was so revolutionary, so different, so just odd, and so mid-2000s. It's just the perfect metaphor for the mid-2000s, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But let's get back to that 1.5 liter inline 4, makes about 103 horsepower, gets good gas mileage for sure. I'll put that up on the screen for you foreign viewers. Up at the top is the kilometers per liter. It is what it is. I mean, it's nothing stellar. I did not realize that these came with 1.5 liters. For some reason, I thought that they came with 1.8s. But this is the little tried and true 1.5 liter from, well, really, Toyota. So we're out here on the test track. We'll do the back straightaway today. Switch things up. I don't seem to have any type of sport mode or anything like that, so yeah, it's not fast. It's not quick. It's not even zippy. This is a very slow car. Like I said, paired to it, 4-speed automatic transmission. However, you could have gotten a 5-speed manual for the time, which is pretty cool. A little manual Scion XB would be pretty neat. Last but not least, of course, the XB is front-wheel drive. So let's talk about the interior. We have tons to talk about with this car. It is just so weird. In front of me, I actually don't have anything. The gauges are up on the dash, but they're pushed off to the center of the vehicle. Inside my gauge pod up on the dash, I have my speedometer, which is white, tried and true, very large, very easy to see. Then I have my tachometer in a little sort of corner circle. And then I have the fuel down at the bottom left. It's a very weird looking gauge. It sort of reminds me of either a Toyota Echo or a Mini Cooper. Mini Coopers have the giant circular gauge in the center. It sort of reminds me of that. To the right of that, I do have my park, reverse, neutral drive, second gear, and low. As well as up here, this is where you'll find your turn signals, your warning lights, traction control on and off, your seatbelt. Everything is found up in the very center. Very interesting there. Coming back over to the steering wheel, I don't actually have any buttons on the steering wheel. I have the nice Scion badge. It's actually like a nice quality badge, which I really like. This is a base model Scion, and of course, Toyota made Scion. So really quality isn't their top priority, but this logo really feels nice. To the left of me, I have my power mirrors, gauge dimmer switches, and traction control off. Then on the door, I have my power windows, and of course, power locks. Across the dashboard, I have 4 of these circular vents that you twist down to close, which is very interesting. Have them open, they're fine. You twist them down, it actually creates a little bit of a seal, and now your vent is shut off. Very interesting. It saves them money from making one of those little slide switches that always end up breaking, honestly. Then moving back into the center, I know we've kind of been all over the place. Moving back into the center, I do have the Scion stock radio, CD player, FM 1 and 2, mute. I actually have factory options to switch the color. This is very interesting, and again, sort of plays off that Scion was sort of, you know, for younger people, make it your own, be unique sort of thing. And so the color of the radio being able to be switched. Down below that, I have my AC button, defroster, hazard, and then on the right, I have my recirculating or venting options. Then I have my typical climate controls. Nothing really too crazy here. They do look very Toyota for obvious reasons. They work well. It is what it is. Then I have a little plaque for just the passenger seatbelt. I guess Scion really wanted the passenger to know if they were buckled or not because they put it right in the middle of the dash. Then I have a little cubby hole that opens and my fog lights on and off. Then I have a 12-volt outlet. Nothing really too crazy there, although it's nice that I get one. Then we have the center console itself. The center console is way down low. The cup holders are by almost my ankles. Very, very low. If you have a tall drink, this actually isn't a problem, but actually if you have a small drink, you're gonna be reaching a lot. And then I have the shifter. Again, the shifter is very tall because it's mounted on the floor. Then I have my actual physical handbrake, my aux in, and my iPod in. Now, you would think this would be an iPod hookup. Well, they must have had some type of special cable to go to your iPod because when you open the iPod little hatch, it's a pinned outlet that I have never seen in a car. So Scion must have sold you a custom or specific iPod to Scion XB plug-in because I have no idea what the heck I would plug into this little port. And of course, that's just one of the quirks of the fact that iPods were very big 14 years ago, and now, not so much. Then we have the little armrest on the center console. I don't know if this is factory, because it doesn't match everything else in this car, and it wiggles like a 1986 Mazda RX-7 shifter when the bushings are shot. I mean, it's not great. The seats are decently comfortable. I will say they are more comfortable than I thought, given the fact that this is a base model. And base model Toyotas are usually not that comfortable. However, it's not bad. I'm actually getting by. But speaking of seats, we do have back seats. So let's do a back seat review. All right, so we're in the back of the 2006 Scion XB, and the headroom is great. The leg room is great. My legs are not touching the front seats, and this is my driving position. I mean, there's definitely room to spare. It's great. I mean, I'm 5'11". I can fit my full fist above my head, like a fist and a half almost, which is amazing, amazing space. And we'll talk about that when we hop back up front, that this is a very spacious vehicle. I don't get a center console. I don't really get any other amenities, but very, very spacious, and that's hard to find in a smaller vehicle like this. So, the XB has a giant tailgate, as you just saw, very, very large. Once we get into here, nothing really too crazy, although it's very easy to load stuff. It's sort of down low by my kneecap, so you don't have to lift things very high. I have 2 speakers on either side. That's really it. You get a little bit of cargo room. It's fine, but, not great, not amazing, but I do get these nice Scion floor mats as well, which is nice. Last thing about the interior is just how dang spacious it is up here. I cannot touch the windshield with my arm fully extended. And even when I scoot forward, it's hard to reach the windshield. The boxiness shape of the car, which we'll talk about in a second, really creates a very, very large feeling interior. Look, I'm going full arm extended all the way out. Nothing. I'm hitting nothing. That's how spacious this is. And even the GoPro is cropped. I'll crop it out. This is what the normal GoPro sees. I'm way over here because I put my GoPro on the windshield. I put the camera on the windshield. And so I have tons of space. I can't even touch the camera. That's what I love about these cars. And you may think looking at one like, oh, that's a tiny little thing. But in here, I don't feel like a tiny little thing. And I like that a lot. But let's talk about the looks. The looks is what kind of made the XB something really, really special. It is so boxy. It looks so different. And it looks unlike anything else you'll see on the road. And I think part of the reason why it's so exclusive, so unique, is the fact that, yes, this is a Toyota, but we never got a Toyota version of the XB. Typically what manufacturers will do is, let's take the Chevy Silverado and the GMC Sierra. It's the same exact truck with different badges, and so you feel like you see them more because you'll see a Silverado one day and a Sierra the other day, and then they look the same. But this, we never got a Toyota version of it. In Japan, they had Toyota badges because they didn't have Scion in Japan. But this looks unlike anything else on the road. It really, really does. It's so unique. so different. And Scion really pushed from the factory to make it your own. They had a bunch of factory style kits that you could get for the XB. They made them super modular, super customizable, and they marketed these towards young people, young hip people. You could drive something unlike anything else. You know, this isn't your parents' Toyota. This is Scion. This is for us youngsters. Us hip youngsters. I realize now saying hip youngsters makes me sound old, but that's low KS. And so eventually, that was actually the downfall of Scion, is that they were marketing to a group of people that didn't have money. It's like trying to sell yachts to first graders. Don't know many that could afford it. But I'm not going to talk about the downfall of Scion. I've talked about that in multiple other Scion reviews that I've done, which I'll leave at the end of the video. But this was Scion's heyday, and I really truly believe this was Scion's true crown jewel achievement. This is the XB. This is the recognizable Scion. And you know what? It's a great little car. This is completely stock, minus the hubcaps. The hubcaps that you're seeing, these are just some AutoZone Pep Boys O'Reilly's special that you buy and you just kind of slap on. These are not the original hubcaps. But besides that, this car is completely stock. And it's nice, it's fun, it's funky, it's different. Yes, I have that Toyota reliability, that Toyota engine, that Toyota drivetrain. I can trust it. It's not going to leave me stranded. But at the same time, it's something so different and unique that when you park it in a parking lot, I would much rather look at this than another Corolla, or another Corolla, and another Corolla, and another Corolla, and another Corolla. This is something unique. This is different, and I love it. This is Scion's crown jewel. This is Scion's best achievement, was the XB. And I believe it's actually this car that they started off with here in the US. And that's not to say the rest of Scion's cars were bad. I just think this was the best. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Toyota of Naperville for letting me take out their 2006 Scion XB. This is one of their used vehicles. They have hundreds of used cars on the lot. Go check them out. This is for sale right now. Link in the description below, as well as their information is up on the screen. If Scion XBs are not your thing, or Toyotas are not even your thing, they have tons and tons of manufacturers on the lot at all times. They have some really, really cool stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.